Okay, today is December 16th, 2024, Monday morning, and it's about 10 a.m. in the morning, US Eastern Time. I got the new microphone. I've been still getting used to it. Hopefully, it is working. Yeah, I think it is. I think the difference can be felt as much because it's still pretty close if I make any video far away. Maybe you can feel the difference. But anyway, so I had my energy squares and 2 little ones, and then a coffee I'm still drinking. It says, "Find joy in everyday blessings. Find joy in everyday blessings." I have a bunch of these cups, the different writing, and they're not expensive. I buy it from dollar store. I have so many cups, oh my God. But I don't really feel as bad about it because they're not like, $15 cups, because sometimes you can buy very similar cups from Amazon. Sorry, my nose is a little runny, I think. I gotta get a napkin. So I'm gonna do that. Okay. Yeah, and sometimes I do kind of recycle them. Some of them I have without any writing on it. And recently, I think I'm using either the Christmas cups or mostly the ones that have some inspiring something written on it. It just helps, every little bit counts, right? So yesterday afternoon, I went to Starbucks, and my friend and I, we were chit-chatting for a couple hours, less than an hour actually. I mean, less than a couple of hours, maybe hour and a half. It was so amazing. It was so amazing. This was part of self-care, and I talked about it, that it is so important, right? Most important thing is self-care, and probably number one thing that we forget to do is self-care. It is so important because when we are happy, people around us are happy, because it's that thoughts, words, and action. And I don't know, for some reason today I want to kind of write it down, even for my own. I always have different bunch of notepads. Not notepads, what am I saying? Post-its. Yesterday, when my friend and I were talking, and I had a post-it and a couple of pens in my bag, and she was like, "Oh my God, you carry everything." I'm like, "Yeah, I always have post-it in my bag." Thoughts, words, and action. And it goes both ways. I'm going to show you what I'm. So, our thoughts, and any thought that we have from that, it's like a triangle. It goes both ways, and that's why I have the circle drawn in both ways. Okay, here's the camera. And the words, thoughts, words, our dominating thoughts create the words, right? Any word that we speak, because right now this is my dominating thought, that yesterday when we met, we had fun, we were chit-chatting, and I'll share some more thing about the thing that we're talking about, the words that we speak, and then the action. And the action is literally like today that I'm even talking about it. So thoughts, dominating thought creates the words, that creates the action, and from that, again, some thought, the inspired thought, or sad or good thought, it kind of goes in circles. So yeah, you can consider it a circle, you can consider it a triangle, whatever works. I end up saying triangle because it helps to remember those 3 things. Thoughts, I know my writing is not very good this morning. Thoughts, words, and actions. So, sorry about that, my nose. I'm not going to edit it because this is my journaling. If you've seen my videos so far, you know. Anyway. So yeah, yesterday was interesting. So, you know, all of us, we have things that we are very good at, and all of us, we have things that we are not very good at. Like, for example, I ordered a printer and I tried my best to set it all up by myself, and I did. I could not print it. Eventually, I had to ask for help. You know, I am not very good at those things, and it's okay. And sometimes it is okay to ask for help. And if you ask for help, and if you don't get the help, there will be always other help, and things like that. So anyway, so I was trying to help my friend with other things that there's things she's very good at, but there are things that she needed a little help. And so some of this that I have been doing for a while, and I have actually been done for like this year, if you have seen my videos earlier, that my biggest hope with this journaling and other things that I am doing was that I could somewhat transform myself. And transformation is not a, you know, it's not a destination. It's once you do, you're done and that's it. It's an ongoing process. But you know, I don't know, it's like you once you hit a milestone, you know that you hit that milestone, and you just continue doing that, continue going into that path. So my friend, she's trying to achieve something without giving more specific. She's trying to achieve something, but she has achieved a lot of things in her life, some impossible things. But this specific one thing, she was thinking that she is not good enough to achieve that. And I asked her these things, and that I did for myself for a while, and that's how I knew that it can be done. And a lot of this I learned from Tony Robbins videos and other videos and things like that, because I learned a lot of different things and I kind of blend it in a way that makes sense for me. So I asked her, like, you know, what is your top accomplishment that you think in your life, not what others think, what you think that this was my biggest accomplishment in my life. So she couldn't answer that, and then I said, okay, let me make it a little easier. Tell me what were your top 3 biggest accomplishments, because sometimes in life, if we have to choose just one thing, it's harder, but if we have to choose more than one, it actually becomes a little easier. Then she was able to say a few things that she really thinks that as an accomplishment, big accomplishments in her life. And I was telling her, like, you know, brag. You're just bragging to me because you have to do that for yourself. And we as women, a lot of time, we have that thing that, and there are research and statistics about that women tend to downplay, like even for job applications, women tend to look for, I think there's a statistics like, if your skill set matches 80%, then woman tends to apply for the job. Whereas a man, I think either 20%, even if it is matches 20%, they would apply for the job. And also it goes similarly with promotions. Men are more likely to ask for promotion, whereas women would think that they have to check all the boxes. But anyway, so I was trying to help her with a little bit of that, like, you know, you have done this, these are big things, and I won't be able to even do that. So you did all of that, and from that, figure out how you did that, and from that how, so then I brought the example of Tony Robbins, where he talks about, you know, if you want to make a chocolate cake, somebody who has mastered the recipe for 25 years, if you have the recipe, you can, make that same chocolate cake. So the point was, so that's, he calls that as a recipe. And we all have our own recipe for the things that we accomplish. We all follow a certain pattern. My pattern might be a little bit different to accomplish things than your pattern. Some may be similar. I may follow these rules unknowingly, my subconscious or how I grew up. 1, 2, 3. If 3 fails, now don't take step 4, go to 5, or whatever that is. Like, once we know that specific route, what works for us, then it can use, it's like a formula, right? I think I talked about formula a few months ago. It's like our own formula or recipe, whatever you want to call it, is what is that formula? What is that pattern that has worked for yourself? So she got excited. She's like, oh, I'm going to do that homework. I'm like, don't spend too much time on it, but tonight, try to do it tonight, 10 to 15 minutes, because it's fresh in your thought. As we're talking about this, it's probably super fresh in your head. Just do it tonight. It'll take a little time, 10, 15 minutes, and then you'll be able to achieve that. And I was very confident. I mean, I know her only for about a year, but I have seen she's good-hearted, nice person, and she's accomplished so many other things in her life, but this specific one thing, I know she can do it. So I have that confidence in her, and I'm projecting that on an ongoing basis, and I think that is helping her to see slowly the confidence in herself. And sometimes that's what I got to do. Like, if you have friends, excuse me, or if you need that confidence, just, find some good friends. I mean, you may already have friends, whoever you connect with, and see if people can do that for you. Like in my case, last year around this time, if somebody told me that this is where emotionally I will be, I would say that impossible. But a lot of that was possible in a good way. I mean, a lot of this was possible. I grew so much. Many of my friends say that, and I can see the genuine reflection on them when they say it. So it's not that they're saying it just to make me happy or something. And that was possible not because I did that. That was possible because they helped me to get there. And of course, I believe in God. So I believe in God's help and the path that I am on, and everything is the way it's supposed to be. So anyway, it depends on what you believe in. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing. However, having the confidence is nothing other than having that unwavering belief that anything is possible. Because yes, anything is possible that we can tell our mind. Now, if I were to say, okay, I'll have $1 billion tomorrow, it's my mind can't believe that concept, and that's why I'm laughing. So that's the thing. It has to be something that our mind can, somewhat the logics that we have in our mind, because then those logics are formed with how we were raised, how our life has been so far, and whatnot, what's possible, what's not possible. There are many, many conditions that goes on in our head behind the scene before we make a microsecond decision. Like when I said that, $1 billion tomorrow, and then I laughed because I thought it's impossible, right? So anyway, so that's the point. It has to be believable to ourselves, to our own mind. Only then it can happen. It's with everything. If you listen to the law of attraction, manifestation, and all goes with what we can accept. We have to accept that it is possible, and that happens with a lot of conditioning that happened, especially earlier in our life. And sometimes they say that we have to work on our limiting beliefs is because of that. So sometimes early life, our conditioning that are formed, sometimes they don't serve us any longer. In fact, they hold us back. So you have to figure out ways how to let those go, because then you don't have the chains that are holding you back. Because sometimes a lot of those work as a chain. It holds you back and it can't grow. So you have to figure out what those chains are. Sometimes they're, of course, it's a metaphor. Sometimes they are, the chains are made of strong iron. Sometimes they're made of plastic. Sometimes they are made of styrofoam so that you can break apart easily, but we choose not to. We always have an option to choose to break it apart and move ahead and grow. It's all about coming out of the comfort zone. That's what I was telling my friend yesterday. And as I say about these things, of course, all of this applies to me too, because I'm also learning, transforming, whatever I want to call it as, Staying in the comfort zone is easy. And sometimes easy is good, because in life we don't want to constantly, if every day was challenging, we don't like to live life. There has to be a balance, and that's the key. That sometimes there will be challenges, and sometimes, and then it all goes by the inner peace. What makes you happy? There are people who might like, now if you think of Richard Branson, he had a documentary on Netflix, I think. Oh my God, when I watched that a few years ago, I think there are very few people in the world like that. He is happy at the same time. He is not the richest person. I think Elon Musk is not the richest person, but when it comes to peace and happiness in that billionaire category, I think Richard Branson is number one. It has to be the way he lives life and is so happy. At the same time, he loves to take risks, and maybe every single day he's like that. And now I love Richard Branson's attitude, but that's not for me. I know that I cannot keep on going every single day. For me, I need, that little downtime, and then do things in downtime. And that's like, we got to figure out what makes us happy. And then if we do that, and then, it ultimately, we're all going to die. 100 years from now, all the people that are living right now will be dead. Almost all of them. If you think of 200, everybody will be dead. There will be new generations, different people. Who knows if we'll be on this earth or a different planet, and singularity, whatnot. So at the end of the day, what matters is, the cup says, find joy in everyday blessings. There are blessings in every single day. Find those little things to be happy. So anyway, so yesterday that was fun. My friend and I had really amazing time. We talked about those things, and I loved helping her, because those helps me too. So in your life, try and see if there are people who you can, not much, you just have to, sometimes when people don't see something clearly, just you can project your confidence in them, because they have done A, B, C, they can also do D. It's as simple. They can do it, but sometimes we just have to help them to see that it's possible. They have accomplished so much. They can do this too. So anyway, sometimes I need that reminder for myself, and my friends have done that for me. So, and I'm grateful, very, very grateful. And here in this channel, you guys come and watch it and give a thumbs up and comment. And to people, to a person you have never known. So that is very appreciated. That helps me. That helps me a lot. So yeah, today it's a little cloudy here. I don't know if it's gonna rain today. I don't think it is. But there's no sun. This whole week I think it's gonna be either cloudy or rain, but that's all right. You know, gotta be grateful for what we got. Later this week there are some events. So I'm a little excited about it, at the same time a little, I don't know, like I don't like to get up early. It's a Thursday morning early event. I think it's a breakfast event at 7:30. So that's pretty early, in-person breakfast event, some sort of like networking type of thing. Anyway, so there's that, and there's Christmas party, Toastmaster Christmas party on our Friday night. That'll be exciting. And I can't believe Christmas is next week, mid-next week. Oh my God. Okay. So I think, yeah, and I'm still doing my intention setting, practicing the present moment and gratitude and affirmation, all of this. These days I do a lot of this off camera, but I've been doing this every day, multiple times actually. One interesting new thing that I have been doing, and I figured that that's helping me a lot, and I think I'll capture that as part of a short too later sometime during the day, is that I kind of, at least it's working for me, so I'm sharing. I figured out a way to practice the present moment in a little bit different way. You know, practicing present moment with focusing on our breathing and with our senses is like a common idea, and it still works for me. But it's a simple one moment thing. What I started doing last couple of days, and it brought peace to me, and it helps, is that right at this second, it's 10:24 in the morning. Today it's December 16th, 10:24, and you don't have to say the time and date, but just taking a deep breath and kind of feeling that at this moment where I am, how life has been is exactly the way it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be here at this minute, at this second. I'm not supposed to be anywhere else. I'm not doing anything else. This is what it's supposed to be. And it kind of helps with accepting whatever has happened in the past and what's there for the future. We don't have to worry about that. But right now, where I am, whatever is happening in my life, I'm just accepting it, right? And it also creates that faith and belief, or whether you believe in the universe, God, that you are trusting. You're kind of, it almost also works like a surrender. You might have heard surrender meditation and things like that. Because you're accepting this second with whatever is happening in this world and in your world, is that it is simple. I think I'm having a hard time explaining it, but it's simple, is that right at this second, everything that happened until now and everything's going to happen, let it be, let it be. I just accept this moment the way it is. Yeah, I guess I found the key. Okay, I just accept this moment the way it is. I'm going to write it down for myself, because I was having a little hard time saying that. Because I might forget that. Accept this moment the way it is. I'll think about it more simpler better from, because they say when things are simple, it's easier to follow, and we follow it more, because this has been very helpful for me, because I've been trying that in the last couple of days. I'm like, that's pretty helpful. It's an easier way to, because a lot of our worry comes from the things we can't control and we want to control, and our mind goes in cycles, and sometimes it spirals down or whatever else. But when we accept, it also says that I'm surrendering, because that's what we gotta do. We can't control everything. And only person who can tell that to us in a way that makes sense is ourselves. If somebody else says it, it may not work the way we would tell ourselves, because we know ourselves the most, right? What triggers us, what makes us happy, what makes us, angry, sad, mad, whatever, right? So yeah, try that. If it resonates with you, accept this moment just the way it is. Accept this moment just the way it is. I change it a little bit. Accept this moment just the way it is. I might make it shorter. I don't know. I'll play around with it and come up with a shorter sentence that's easy to remember. But and I'm going to keep practicing that, because that does help. Okay, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll be back tomorrow morning to make a video, and later in the day I might make 1 or 2 short videos. And today my hope is also to go to the gym, even if it's for a little bit. I hope I can make it to the gym. I really want to go, but there's a lot of stuff going on, so I didn't have the time last week. But I'm hoping to be able to go today. We'll see.